भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी नामिने कृपया क्षमताम् अपराधिजनं खलुषायुत शक्त सुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, fourth chapter. We heard the other day before yesterday, that Vedavyasa Muni, he has classified Vedas into four divisions for the welfare of all the living entities. Then further, he thought that maybe everyone is not eligible to go through the Vedas. Therefore, I shall try to bring welfare upon those who are ineligible for that. Therefore, he has written the Puranas and Mahabharata also. And not only that, he made all the five Vedas, each person head of each of these departments of the Vedas. And their disciples, their grand disciples, in this manner, it has expanded into a huge, volume of Shastras. But even after doing all of this, Vedavyasa Muni was not feeling contented, satisfied. So he was thinking to himself that for the welfare of everyone, so that all the living entities get what they want, I have endeavored. Means I have done the best according to my ability. But yet, I am not getting that pleasure, I am not getting the bliss. Atma by nature is complete and by nature is delightful. Therefore, it does not need anything for its delight or for it to be complete. Yet, I see भागवत वैष्णव गणेर प्रिय जे भागवत धर्म अर्थात हरिभक्तानुष्ठान समूह ताहा आमी पुनः पुनः कीर्तन करी नाई जेहेतु सेई नित्य भागवत धर्मई नित्य भगवान विष्णुर साक्षात प्रिय. So while meditating upon the reason for his dissatisfaction, he is sitting on the banks of the Saraswati river in Badrikashram. So while meditating like this, he is talking to himself. While talking to himself, he is saying that, you see, I haven't described the activities in relation to Hari Bhakti. I have mentioned so many activities, Karmanushthan, Yajna, etc., where there are 4 departments. So I have not only explained, elaborated on all the subject matters for the welfare of all the living entities, I did. But what I did not do, or what remains to be done, is that I have not performed I have not elaborated repeatedly upon the activities that are in relation to Hari Bhakti. You see, the thing is, the activities in connection to the devotional service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna are the only ones that are to be repeatedly sung and done. In this material world, whatever we do for a prolonged time period, that particular activity or that particular person or that particular item is going to be trouble on us. Means the same thing that is giving pleasure to us will become a cause of our problem also. For example, if I like any delicious food item, if I eat in a limited quantity, my stomach can bear it and I can stay peaceful. But because I like it, I eat it more and more and more and more. What happens? It will be problematic. It will give trouble. Not only food, anything in this material world. Anything that we do in this material world, there is a limit because the senses are limited. Therefore, we have to see that everything in this material world, even the relations, if we go beyond a certain extent, then the same person will say, please stay in your limits. Because this world is a limited place, therefore the mind, intelligence, only Supreme Lord and those things that are in relation to Supreme Lord, they are eternal because the Lord is eternal and it is unlimited. Devotion is the only thing that even if one does repeatedly, or in another sense, the more one takes it or accepts it or engages oneself in, the more one will get blissful and peaceful. The more one is engaged in devotional activities, because devotion is the actual activity of the Atma. As long as our Atma, our soul, is not engaged in its proper duty or activity, the Atma will not be able to derive that pleasure or happiness. Therefore, in this material world, even though we are performing so many activities, yet there is a kind of dissatisfaction that still remains. Because none of the activities in this material world are going to give any pleasure to any one of us. This is not, of this century, of the previous century, of its previous century, and of millennium ago also. Because this material world is a place of constant turmoil, chaos and confusion. This material world, it's always there. It's always there in this material. Our Guru Maharaj used to say, so many heinous crimes are being committed in this material world. So many. Man has become enemy of his own race, because dogs, other living creatures, the beasts, animals, birds, etc., they don't attack others without any cause, without any reason. If they are hungry or if there is a good reason, proper reason, they do so. Otherwise, without, greedily or for any purpose, they don't do so. But humans are the only ones who have become enemies of their own race. They are killing each other for no reason, for no good reason, no apparent reason, only driven by material sense gratification and material, advancement. The only cause. But while doing so, we are actually doing our own harm, because whatever we are doing today, tomorrow we are certainly going to get a result. As you sow, so shall you reap. Whatever seed I have sown, the same crop is going to come. I have sown a mango seed and I am going to get a dates tree. It's not going to happen. If I am sowing, violence in the society and community, that is going to come back to me one day. But the thing is, the devotees, they can learn from this that this is not a place for gentlemen to live. Those who are materially motivated, or those who have no knowledge of devotion or devotees, they are always constantly in pressure, turmoil, and in agony. But this is going to give us one kind of an assurance, or one kind of a hope, that yes, this is the place where I should be going. Vedavyasa Muni, as we heard previously, Vedavyasa Muni, he has done so many things for the welfare of others, but yet he is not satisfied, because he is thinking to himself that I have not repeatedly sung the glories of Supreme Lord and devotion. The more we come in contact, or the more we understand, you see, when we talk about the material subject matters, when we talk about the material things, there is going to be more trouble. Previously, the last 2 years, everyone is talking about Corona. The more people are talking about Corona, the more, there was distress, problem, trouble in the heart, the more tension and more worry. What's going to happen? Oh, has it come to West Bengal? Oh, is it in Mayapur also? How many cases detected in Mayapur? Wherever we are located. So it is constantly, it was giving us trouble. Why? Any topic that is in connection to the material world is only going to give us agony. But the topics in relation to Supreme Lord and devotion, they are the ones who are always going to give only happiness and pleasure. Therefore, these topics are to be constantly heard and sung. Vedavyasa Muni, he is thinking to himself what he missed all the while. He is telling to himself, you see, these great personalities, they are performing such pastimes only to give instruction to all of us. As we heard the other day, Vedavyasa Muni is not an ordinary person, he is Shaktyavesh avatar. Shaktyavesh avatar means is an empowered incarnation. Empowered incarnation means non-different from the Lord. But yet, he is performing such an activity only to show to all of us that any activity that we may do in this material world for the pleasure of the entire world or for the entire human race, we are not going to be happy unless until one takes to this Krishna Bhakti. That's why our Swami Maharaj, he often used to say, this world is not a place for gentlemen to live. It's not a place for gentlemen to live. This is, our Guru Maharaj also used to say, that a person wise would not want to stay in this material world. A wise person would not want to stay in this material world. Only unwise or mad means maddened in material sense pleasures, gratification. Only those people want to stay here. But wise persons, they don't want to stay in this material world. And he is telling Paramahamsa Ganer, what kind of Haribhakti activity? He is telling Paramahamsa Ganer arthat tyakta varnashrama. The activities of Paramahamsas. I have not sung the activities of Paramahamsas. Who are Paramahamsas? Tyakta Varnashrama, those who are beyond the Varnashrama. Varna and Ashrama. Varna means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Ashrama means Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Even up to Sannyas, the mendicant life also. Those who have transcended even the mendicant life, those who are beyond the Brahminical state, they are called Paramahamsas. Srimad Bhagavat is Paramahamsa Sanghita. At the end of every chapter we are reading Paramahamsa Samhitayam. This is a Samhita, these are the topics for Paramahamsas. Paramahamsas means, our Guru Maharaj used to explain, Hamsa means that who has got the capacity to extract milk from a mixture of water and milk. That is a Hamsa. Means milk is the essence, water is that is to be rejected. Water and milk, when they are mixed, nobody in this material world can have the capacity to bring out water and milk separately. Of course, if you put on the heat, then the water will evaporate because of the mechanism of water being, boiling at lesser temperature. But otherwise, no man or no woman or no person in this world can extract milk and water. They get mixed so easily. But only swan or hansas, they have got the capacity to extract that. Paramahamsa means those who are expert in that. So what is this water and milk? Everyone in this material world, they have got both good and bad qualities. Nobody in this material world is full of only good qualities. Even whomever we call as a good person also has bad qualities. Or whom we call as a bad person, he also has got some good qualities. Paramahamsas are those who leave aside those that are non-essential and extract only the essence. They are called the Paramahamsas. For Paramahamsas, anything other than devotion, means the karma, jnana, yoga, tapa, whatever he has given Vedavyasa Muni, they are not the places of their delight. They don't take delight in any of those activities. So Vedavyasa Muni is thinking that I have done so many for the karmis and yogis and tapasvis, all those persons I have done, but I have not done anything for the Paramahamsas. The Paramahamsa Sanghita, the Paramahamsa Gana means those who have transcended even the Varnashrama Dharma. Those are not even coming under that. That's why Guru, the Gaudiya of Acharyas, they are not called a Tridandi Swami is yet a lower platform of addressing them. They are addressed as Paramahamsas, Om Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya. They are addressed as Paramahamsas, they are not addressed as Tridandi Sannyasi. Because sannyasi is still under the Varnashrama Dharma. Tridandi sannyasi means he is under the Paramahamsas or Tyakta Varnashramis. They have given up even they have transcended even the sannyasa platform. Not even in that. That is why Paramahamsa Ganir Arthat Tyakta Varnashram Chari Varnashramir Guru. These Paramahamsas, they are the gurus of all the 4 categories of varnas and 4 categories of ashramas. Paramahamsas, they have no caste. Their identity is that they are of Supreme Lord. Therefore, material, birth, which caste, which country, which creed, which sex or gender they belong to, it doesn't really matter. They are Paramahamsas. Means, Paramahamsa means no material category can be ascribed to them. So that's why it's called, they are called as Guru of all the Chatur Varna and Chatur Ashrama. Means, even to a sannyasi he will be a Guru, Paramahamsa. That is the platform of Paramahamsas. And Mahabhagavata, they are the great Mahabhagavatas. Vaishnava Ganer Priya Je Bhagavat Dharma, such persons dear object is Bhagavad Dharma. What does Paramahamsas like? Paramahamsas like only Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means that which is in relation with Supreme Lord. Whatever he has given so far is in connection to the material world only. If not the earth planet, the heavenly planets. But within the Brahmanda, the 14 planetary worlds, not beyond that. But Paramahamsas does not take pleasure in any of the objects of this material world. Not only of this earthly planet, nor the Netherlands, nor the upper planets, they don't take pleasure in any of the material objects. They take pleasure only in Bhagavad Dharma. Those activities that are directly in connection to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, not with sense gratification. So Vedavyasa Muni is thinking to himself that yes, I have not sung the activities of the Paramahamsas or activities that are greatly honored by the Paramahamsas. So, jehetu sei nitya Bhagavad Dharmai nitya Bhagavan Vishnur Sakkhat Priya. Because Bhagavad Dharma is eternal. Yevai Bhagavata Prokta. Upaya hi Atma Labhaye. What is Bhagavad Dharma? Evai Bhagavata Prokta. That which is ordained by the Supreme Lord. Evai Bhagavata Prokta. That which the Lord directly tells, that is Bhagavad Dharma. Upaya hi Atma Labhaye. That is the only means to attain the self. That is the only means to attain the Supreme Lord. What? That which has been ordained directly by the Supreme Lord. So, that which is ordained by him is eternal because he is eternal. Therefore, his words will also be eternal. Nobody can say Bhagavad Gita was valid for Dwapar Yuga but it's not valid for Kali Yuga. They are not time dependent. The teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavat and all these scriptures, they are timeless teachings, they are called. Why timeless? Because they are directly the words of Supreme Lord or the great saints who are timeless. Therefore, their instructions, their teachings, they may, means the details might change according to time, place, circumstances. But the core of it will remain the same. Like the acharyas, with time they change the procedure a bit. The processes may get changed a bit. Some acharyas, like Swami Maharaj, he allowed women to worship where in a Vedic culture it's not allowed. But Swami Maharaj had seen the adjustment. He made even women eligible for worship. But there is no big, there is nothing wrong in it. Why? It is Acharya who can empower anything. That's why he is an Acharya. An Acharya can empower anyone. But just because someone else did, therefore I can also do, it's not. Guru's order is all in all. If Guru says you do it, then it is above the Vedic instruction. Because Guru is the one who can adjust, who can see adjustment. According to time, place, circumstances, he can see the adjustment and he can make that adjustment. But if someone else is doing, therefore I can also do, like Prabhupada's disciple. Prabhupada had told one of his disciples that you can wear, he was a sannyasi. He told that you wear shoes, you wear a apron or a nice, coat, and then meet the British, whoever was coming. Go and meet him, talk to him. For a sannyasi to dress like a king is prohibited in the Vedas, the scriptures. Sannyasi means what? He has given up everything. Why would he wear shoes, hat and beautiful garments, dazzling? Why would he wear that? But it is Guru's order. The purpose is preaching. The purpose is to preach, like as we already previously heard, to give sannyasa in Kali Yuga is prohibited. Sannyasa dharma in Kali Yuga is prohibited, but Prabhupada has started it. Why? The purpose is to preach. Because anyway, the living entities in this material world are fallen. Whatever little dharma they can do, the preaching of the activities of Supreme Lord, so much welfare he would bring to himself. So, we have to understand the vision of the Acharyas. Acharyas are the one who might change the minor details, but the purpose is not changed. The Vedas, they say that the Tyaktashramis or the sannyasis, they are not supposed to wear such, lavish garments, etc. They are supposed to be renounced and they are supposed to worship Supreme Lord. Now Prabhupada says you can wear it. What is the purpose? The purpose is to attract those persons to Krishna Bhakti. And following this, another disciple of Srila Prabhupada said, okay, Prabhupada gave order to him, therefore I will also wear. He wore and then he had fallen down. Because Guru's order, such an order is not universal order. Time, place, circumstances and eligibility. Guru is seeing all these things and then he is giving order. But the spirit of the instruction is the same. Bhagavad Dharma. It is the Bhagavad Dharma. Those who preach my message, they are very dear to me, the Lord tells in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, in order to preach to such materialistic people, your attire should be materialistic or acceptable by others. Therefore, he gave that instruction. But the crux of it or the core of it is not lost, is retained. Therefore, here, Bhagavad Dharma, Nitya, Bhagavan Vishnu Sakshat Priya. It is directly, it's very, very dear to Vishnu. I have not sung about that part at all. I sung about the Vedic Karma Anushtan, materialistic activities or activities for, or you can say the fruitive activities, activities for the fulfillment of materialistic desires. I have performed, I have written so elaborately, but I have not sung the glories of Bhagavad Dharma, which is dear to the Paramahansas or Maha Bhagavatas, and that which is dear even to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, I have not sung. Therefore, the moral of the story is that whatever we may do, if our objective is not to please Krishna, we will not get pleasure. We should be very, very clear in what we are wanting to do. We may do any activity in this material world, but if the objective is not to please Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, Vedavyasa Muni in his own personal life, he has performed his pastime and shown to all of us that if the target is not the pleasure of Vishnu and Vaishnavas, nobody is going to get happiness. So he has realized it. He is contemplating, he is meditating upon the reason, and then he understood that this is the cause. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Asampanner Karan Nijai Ashanka Kuritechan. So he himself could understand the reason for his dissatisfaction. Now this also again happens by the mercy of Guru only. For anything that is in connection to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, it will happen only by mercy. Without mercy, by one's own endeavor, it is not like Vedavyasa Muni, by his own endeavor it has happened. It is by the mercy it has happened. Vedavyasa Muni is performing a pastime here, that why am I not satisfied? He is thinking and meditating, and then he could understand the reason by himself because of the mercy. Because in the spiritual plane, in the transcendental plane, we are eternally, not only in the transcendental plane, even in general, all of us are dependent only upon mercy. Only mercy. The Lord is so merciful, He is always mercifully supplying and providing everything to us. Whatever we are eating, whatever we are drinking, the air we are taking in and leaving out, everything is supplied by Supreme Lord. Nothing is outside it. It's only due to His mercy. Those who realize the mercy of Supreme Lord at each and every stage, they are devotees. Those who think that, oh, I am all in all, because of me there is water supply, because of me there is electric supply, because of me there is this house, because of me living is happening, because of me this is all, they are never going to be happy. Those who can realize the mercy of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna under all circumstances, they are devotees. Everyone else is a non-devotee. A devotee is always constantly seeing the mercy of Supreme Lord. So here, Vedavyasa Muni is able to understand the reason for his own displeasure. Athava punah punah prabhuta rupe paramsa ganer priya bhagavad dharma nirupita hainai. I have not repeatedly sung the glories of Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma, the activities in connection to Supreme Lord are to be sung repeatedly, not once, twice, thrice. They are to be performed repeatedly. I have not sung the glories repeatedly. Sei Paramahamsa Gani Varnashramer Atito Bhagavad Bhakta Gani Bhagavan Achyutera Priya. Those Paramahamsas means those who have transcended the Varnashrama Dharma or the devotees of Supreme Lord, only they are very dear to Supreme Lord. There is a saying in this material world, means in India they say, I think in your countries also it must be there, they say Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. Serving humanity is serving God. There is a saying in our country like this. I am sure something related to that is there in every country. Serving humanity is serving God. Actually, we are followers of just the opposite. Serving God is actually serving humanity. Serving humanity is not serving God. But if you want to take the real meaning of it, how can one serve the humanity? Vedavyasa Muni is showing that also. He has served the entire humanity by one way, that he has supplied whatever they want. Means the senses, they have desires, and he had given all the requirements for fulfilling those desires. They are in need of something and he has supplied all those things that are needed by them. But did he feel satisfied? No, on the contrary, he was very, very dissatisfied. He is just pouring more and more ghee or clarified butter into the fire of lust. All the living entities by nature, they have these lusty desires. Lusty means enjoyment, tendency to enjoy. This desire is there naturally in all the living entities. And the more one is supplying fuel to that fire, the more it is increasing only, it is not coming to an end. So Vedavyasa Muni has done that. Everyone is in need of something, therefore I shall supply for their needs. But he is not satisfied. Therefore, serving humanity by the regular means philanthropic activities, is not serving God. But serving humanity means Jive Daya, becoming merciful upon them. What kind of mercy? Our Guru Maharaj used to say, to become merciful on a living entity, we have to see the living entity actually, not the body. If we are seeing only the body, then we will be considering about only the bodily requirements of a person. Only the bodily requirements of a person we will see. But we are not the body. Those who see what is within the body, only they can do the actual service to all. And here it is not service to humanity, because humanity itself includes humans only, not other living entities. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy extends even to all living entities. Jive Daya. He did not call as Manushya Daya. Manushya means human beings. He is not talking about Daya or mercy upon human beings. He is talking about Jive Daya. He is talking about the mercy on all the living entities, immaterial of what birth that living entity has taken. Therefore, if we serve God, we are serving automatically the entire humanity or all the living entities. Therefore, Manava Seva is not Madhav Seva, but Madhava Seva is Manava Seva for sure. So Vedavyasa Muni is realizing this, that I have not served the devotees. I have served means I have fulfilled the purposes of all the living entities, but the devotees do not take pleasure in such scriptures or in such activities. Therefore, I have not performed any activity for the pleasure of the devotees who are very, very dear to Supreme Lord. এখানে ভাগবত ধর্ম এই পদের দ্বারা জ্ঞানকে ব্যাখ্যা করা সম্ভব নহে, কিন্তু ভাগবত ধর্ম বলিতে হয়। Now ভাগবত ধর্ম, one may say Bhagavad Dharma means knowledge about Supreme. It's not about knowledge. Here nobody can say Bhagavad Dharma means knowledge. Bhagavad Dharma is knowledge, not knowledge, but Bhagavad Dharma means devotion. Our Guru Maharaj used to say Bhagavad Dharma means total surrender. What kind of surrender? That by jnana, but by yoga, by karma, by dhyana, by tapasya, we cannot attain Supreme Lord. There is only one process, and that is surrender, total submission. That is Bhagavad Dharma. The right definition of Bhagavad Dharma is total submission. Whom we are following, total submission to him means whatever he has directed, whatever he has ordered, to perform it completely is called Bhagavad Dharma. So here come. Okay, we will stop because the purport is long. We will read tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Jai Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishtham Vishnupad Prananta Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्तवत्सल भगवान श्री सिंहदेव की जय। जय भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद मुनि की जय। जय श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय। पिताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।